Good day, Leos. Welcome to Luna's Letter. For those who haven't known me, I'm Dorothy, and we will be doing your Luna's Letter. This segment will be called or will be titled Luna's Letter. This segment is just only a short reading for you guys that I would like to tap into whatever the moon or Luna itself would like to give you that kind of message. That's why it's called Luna's Letter. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, the link is in the description box below. And of course, you would see there the different services, prices, and of course, the modes of readings and the terms and policies at the same time. We would be using the oracle for knowing the theme of the message or the reminders for you guys. Of course, I would be picking some messages in the tarot cards to see the short prediction or yeah more in prediction because you know me, I focus on the prediction itself. And of course, if you would listen or you would somehow hear rather unsolicited noise, it's always been there, so just please bear with me. And of course, do not um what do you call this, do not mind it, okay? So yeah, this is where we would get your cards. I'm sorry I wouldn't be able to show you the cards because there's explicit images, and of course YouTube has a thing for that, so you wouldn't really be exploiting those kinds of pictures here, okay? Ay! Okay, so right off the back, Leos, this is for you. Okay, okay, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. So, probably some of you might be in separation with someone, and it's also giving you this time, or probably some of you are in argument with someone, your significant other or your friendship, regardless if it is. This is telling you guys that it's important for us to focus on ourselves for now because sometimes whenever we are having these kinds of arguments, it is also advisable for us to take a step back and try to reevaluate or assess the situation as a whole, enable for us to see things in a different perspective because most of us, especially when we had those kinds of relationships, that we aren't able to become that mature yet because in this generation, I'm not generalizing it everyone, but mostly people would like to be in a relationship just for the sake of having a relationship. This is rooting from a psychological aspect that wherein someone just wants probably out of curiosity at the same time, but it is rooting from something that they want to have someone because they wouldn't like to feel lonely, or they would like to be in the trend because that is what is happening at the moment. I've met someone who says that because it is just the trend, that's why they're doing these kinds of things. The courtship doesn't really exist. I wouldn't mention who the person is, but I've met someone who is that has that kind of outlook in life. Anywho, well, we have different kinds of stories, so no tea, no shade. It's just saying that, especially these kinds of things, it is important for us to not be impulsive, to not be hasty with our decisions, with our responses to certain things, especially if we are having arguments or having misunderstandings. And it's also telling us it is important, it is what do you call it? It is essential to say that we had, I don't know why I sounded like a snake in that in that sense, but it is important for us to what do you call this, to have that what do you call this focus in ourselves, enable for us to see um whatever we did something wrong. Because one of the things also in regards an issue with regards to relationship especially with regardless if this is a woman, man, or homosexual, heterosexual couples. Especially, I'm seeing this commonly in homosexual, I mean heterosexual couples. Um, and by means to say heterosexual, boy and girl, okay, by sex to say, the girl always thinks that they're always right. Girls, even, yeah, I am a girl, I am a woman myself, but I would say I don't agree fully to you. Why? Girl, wake up. It's not always, we're not always right, okay? There are times that a guy would sometimes be right also. And I'm not saying that guys will always be right, especially their other things or their approaches in life or their how they approach us would always be right also. It takes two to tango. So as a couple, it is important for both of you to be humble enough to see things in light, in sense that if ever someone has done something wrong, has done something to hurt another person, regardless if this is your fault or not, you've done something, you should be mature enough to be accountable with it, regardless if this is you've done something the first place, and regardless of the situation, okay? So it takes two to tango. This is not only one person that would fix the situation, this is both. So be mature enough to handle it with accountability, with maturity, because you are not in a situation, you're not in a relationship just for someone to pacify you whenever you are having tantrums or when you're having these kinds of arguments, okay? So yes, acceptance is the key. Okay, acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There's no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So, there are things in our life that are interchangeable, or that are, to say, that are uncontrollable to say. Because in our life, when things are out of our control, this is the part wherein, what do you call this? Um, just to say in general, having to accept things that, regardless if you like it or not, it's one of the hardest things or hardest lessons in our life to learn, because this is the part wherein we somehow still want something, but it's something that it is not actually for our good, for our best. It's not for the best in our well-being. So, but it brings us peace eventually. Sometimes we don't actually realize it brings us peace, but that is the part wherein we would find it ourselves in different, depending on our realizations in life. So, especially if there are things that is beyond our control, it is the part where we should accept and surrender to what is much more, what do you say, to much more stronger than us, especially to say divine or ethereal beings, of course. So, moving on, romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So, probably some of you might be dealing with a person, with a special someone. This is a confirmation that this is someone that is actually a lot of people in our lives. It is actually meant for us to meet them. So regardless if they would really, they have the intention, or they're meant to stay in our lives, regardless if it's in a short amount of time, or in a term long period of time, it's meant for us, for both, to meet each other in this lifetime, because in some point in our life, we realize, we experience something without, like, we would somehow have that realization, that epiphany, that without them we wouldn't have this experience, we wouldn't have this realization, these lessons in our life. So there is a reason why a lot of people in our lives, we would meet someone, and regardless if they would stay for a long good good period of time, for a long period of time, it's good. But if ever they would somehow just have to stay for a temporary kind of like a short and temporary a sense of time. It is really still, we should still be um thankful about it and have no regrets of knowing, because without them we wouldn't be who we are right now. So going going back to the read, wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. It has the that error in this card, but regardless, it's saying that don't rush. Whatever you have in your mind, whatever you're manifesting, it will come to you. It would come to you into fruition. You just don't need to rush into it. Just give it time to manifest it on their own. So yeah, that's what they're telling me. Because a lot of us, especially when we have manifested something and it so happens that we somehow notice that this thing that we have been manifesting is not happening, it's not manifesting, it's not manifesting into fruition. I'm sorry if you would hear some background noises. This is the part wherein you still have to be patient with it, you still have to accept what is gonna happen regardless. And at the same time, if you are watching my videos, not only if you're not new here, so of course, I teach people to manifest, because in a sense that when you manifest, this is about having to know what you want, but having to be confident without it. In the words of, um, what do you call that? Moonlight Guidance. I'm reading her. I'm watching her videos, and she is somehow some of the people I would say my mentor in regards to manifesting. So that is her words. Credits to her. So of course, and also that's one of the things I believe at the same time. When you manifest, this is about having to surrender to the divine, surrender to God. So let Him be the one to or to the divine itself. Let them be the one to handle your life. You just need just do you be just do what you need to do, and let things unfold on its own. So that's what it's important when it comes to manifesting something. This is not about becoming attached of what you want, and if that's when you happen to be attached, and that's when the time you are becoming you're expecting too much, and that would lead you to disappointment. So yeah, kind of thing. I'm using the Lightyear's Tarot, guys, for your quick prediction and message. Yeah. So yeah, that just popped out again. Okay, Six of Pentacles. The King of Swords, which was at the bottom of the deck, and then it's now in your cards. The Three of Swords. I don't do reversals, but I think this is meant for you guys to see it in reversals. The Sun. Okay, no re. That's the reason why. And the Queen of Pentacles. So, what is this? What is up for you in this reading? I'm gonna arrange it for now because I wanted things um to be okay. It's also the Virgo in me that wants things to be arranged and organized. Okay, so seeing here, the Six of Pentacles. Well, you're probably some of you I'm seeing. You might be giving some charity to people, or some you're giving money, or giving some help for people financially to someone or to some people in general. Uh, yeah, that's just what I'm seeing, plain and simple here. From what I'm seeing also, you have gained the gift or the privilege to give a good amount of money or a good amount of help to people. You have been given that privilege. That's why you're using that privilege as an advantage to help people. Probably this is one of your dreams, yeah. And at the same time, to see it here, to connect it with the oracle cards here, this is the part wherein you give uh, you 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 give what you take. This is a sense like what or whoever or whatever someone is giving you, like if they're giving you this kind of effort, you're just gonna give this kind of effort. You're not being petty or what, you're just becoming this kind of person, like I'm gonna give to you what you're giving me. So it's not that when someone cheats on you, you're gonna cheat on them. No, that's not the thing that I'm saying here. um it's like when someone is giving you this kind of effort, you're not gonna take it personally, but you're just gonna give it the same amount of effort to this. No personal, you're not attached to this person, you're not petty or somewhat. This is just you being fair. So that's what I'm seeing here, Six of Pentacles. You are in control of um with your emotions. You're in control, of course, with you're willing to give a lot. But if people is not willing to give you that right amount of effort that you're expecting, of course, then you're gonna give what they just deserve to be in. So those kinds of things. You know your boundaries at the same time. King of Swords, like I said, you know your boundaries. Yes. And you are very well aware if people are being shady towards you. So you just know. You have that if you see these birds, this bat, and all those things, these animals, these creatures, they're wise. Especially this raven, probably this, believe this is a raven, this is an owl. So these are intelligent um animals. These are intelligent creatures. And you, as someone who is a king of swords, you are very vigilant. And at the same time, you're wise, you're intelligent with the people that you surround yourself with. So if people are becoming this, like, if they're giving you this kinds of effort, this little amounts of effort, you are well aware if this people is giving you this effort because they're just trying to test you out of something. They're being mischievous, they're being what do you call this, they're being crafty of some sort, they're just not being genuine. So you know what to do, and you are not afraid to use your sword here. If you're gonna see these swords, you're not afraid to use the sword and cut them off if necessary. However, if these are people in your life that gives you a certain amount of effort because they're having other downs in their life and all those things, you are just general just aware. So that's what I'm getting here, Leo. Okay, the Three of Swords in the Sun here. You have been through a lot of pain, Leo. You have been through a lot of pain in your life, but now you have ended it. You have been healing yourself. You have gone through a lot, and this is now who you are, the sun. You have released a lot of radiance, you're blooming. All this actually, what do you call this? It's actually evident with the Queen of Pentacles. People see how radiant you've become, how blooming you've become recently, and they've seen how you've much healed with a lot of from a lot of pain that you've had to go through in your past. So um that is your reading for now, and we will see the other messages in the future. So if you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel so that you would not miss any videos I will be uploading soon. Of course, please do follow me on IG and FB because I do upload other things also in that. Okay, thank you and goodbye.